Hello Internet, so nice to see you. So people on the internet tell you that if you study music theory, it's gonna destroy your creativity. And you know, I've been fighting a long uphill battle to convince you guys that it's not true. But today, I declare defeat. There is indeed a point of truth in what those people say. And it is perfectly true that if you learn music theory in the wrong way, that's my disclaimer, okay? If you learn music the wrong way, it's gonna completely destroy your creativity. And I'm gonna explain you how and why. Not because I want you to do it, but because I want you to not do it, of course, okay? It all boils down to how many options you have to do things, okay? Because what is creativity, okay? People have many definitions of creativity. Creativity in music is this, is that you have options. You do not know only one way of doing things. If you know only one way of doing things, you're not creative. If I'm telling you to play G major, D major, C major, and the only way you know is okay, if you can do only that, if you have no other way of playing it, you have no creativity because materially, that's the only thing you can do. How can you be creative if you have only one option? There is a worse situation though. You can have zero options. If you don't know how to play guitar and I'm telling you to play C major, D major, G major, you have no idea what I'm talking about, okay? It all boils down to options. Too many people learn music theory. And they learn music theory, and every time somebody says, that's how you do things, in their mind, this translates to, this is the only way to do it.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Which is never true. It's never meant. When we teach music theory and we tell you that's how you do it, it's never meant this is the only way to do it. It's never meant this is the right way to do it. It's never meant this is the only possible correct way of doing it. Okay? But I see these all the time. I talk with students, I talk with people, I respond to my comments that you guys gently wrote on my, or not so gently sometimes, on my videos, okay? And I notice how some people think that what I put in the video is the only right possible way, which I never meant. Okay? So if you come and learn music theory thinking, I am gonna learn the correct way of doing music, this is gonna destroy your creativity because everything you learn will stop you. If you come in and learn music theory in a way like, I'm gonna learn the right way of making music, this is gonna destroy your creativity completely because everything you learn will stop you. You learn one way to play the G chord and learning stops there because you learn the way of playing the G chord.
This is the way.
In reality, you can play the G chord in several positions in the fretboard. You can play it here. Sure, you can play it here, but you can also play it here. And you have a lot of other possible options for playing the G chord all around the fretboard, okay? One more interesting than the other, okay, and several. And they have all their uses, and some of them are interesting or, can I say, less common, and this is still a G chord, okay? Whenever you learn music theory, if you want to destroy your creativity, and again, I get it, that's a point that some people make, and that's because they're learning it this way. If you want to destroy your creativity, every time I or somebody else say something, think to yourself, this is the only way to do it.
This is the way.
When you learn something, before you learn something, you have zero options. It's a good place to be, because when you have zero options, you're open to learning. That's a good place to be, because you come in and you're learning and you're having fun and you're getting something new, and then you expand your horizon. It's good to have zero options because you're under no illusion that you know something. The problem happens every time when you have one option. That's the danger zone. When you put a big triangle here with okay, that's the danger zone. Okay, when you know how to do something in only one way, that's the danger zone. You should know that, you should remember that, and every time you're in the danger zone, you want to move along until you get out of the danger zone. Okay, it's when you know only one way to play that chord, or you know only one way to play that song, or you know only one way to finger that solo, to finger that scale, and you know only one way to do anything. You know only one position for the E note. If the E note is here for you and you don't have here, 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 then you have only one option. So when every time you have only one option, think danger. Okay? Why? Because if you have only one option, you are not creative with that. You never know what you can do. You can't possibly be because you have only one option. What you want to be, you want to get out of the danger zone and go into 2+ options. And that's where the fun begins. Because the moment you start having more than one option, you have 2 options, or 3 options, or 100 options, then you can start picking and choosing the option that works best for your song. You can start being creative simply by putting things together. Putting things together, in Latin, cum ponere. Composing comes from putting things together. The idea of writing music was not that you come up with something from nothing, that you come up with something, putting together elements you already know, you already learn, that other people know, but the way you put them together is original. You can write your song using the same old chords, but if you have several options for each one of them, you can create something completely new, even if every single chord is old. If you know chord progressions, but you know several ways of playing the same chord progression, you can create something new because you have options, okay? So yes, it is completely true that studying music theory, the way most people teach it, the way most books teach it, the way most university courses teach it, okay, will destroy your creativity because they teach you one option. And it's not their fault, because for the teacher, for the professor, for your trainer, whatever, your guitar teacher, it's pretty obvious to them that that's just one possible way. It's just one trick. It's just something you want to practice right now. And it's pretty obvious to them that there are more options, but they don't tell you. And so what I see, it's kind of miscommunication between teachers and students. And what I see all the time when I go around and talk with students is that they don't know it. So now I'm telling you, every time you learn something, ask yourself, is there any other way of doing that? Is there any other way I can do that that sounds different maybe? Is there any other approach I can use? Is there any other way to put this on the fretboard? Can I do the same but in a different way? And until you find an answer, don't stop. You're in the danger zone. Don't stop in the danger zone, okay? All this kind of, I'm not gonna call it work because it's fun. Learning new options is fun, but all this kind of process, if you want, it's made way easier if you know your instrument, okay? And one thing I see, the biggest waste of time most guitar players have on their instrument is that they don't know the notes on their fretboard. You tell them to play an E note or an E chord, and they take forever to find that E chord. They're gonna counting like that's the G string, G, A, B, C, D, E. I found my E note. Well, congratulations, we are at the next song already. Okay, you should go a little bit faster than that. Now, if you are in this situation, don't worry. It's not your fault. It's that you haven't learned your note yet. How can you learn those notes? Well, I created a video and ebook that details the whole process, and with the investment of 5 minutes a day, I know it's a big investment, it's 5 minutes a day, okay? You can learn all the notes in your fretboard completely for free. The ebook is free, okay? Completely for free, and you learn them permanently, and you have instant recall of all the notes. You just know where they are. You know that the E is here, but another E is here at a higher octave. You find all of them without even thinking. How this is possible? Because you don't memorize them, but you train those notes into your hands and into your muscle memory until you know where they are. It's easier than it seems, it takes less time, it's more fun than it looks like. Just click on the link on the top right or in the description, get that ebook completely free, your risk is 0. And then you too can go through all this whole process and learn how to play the same thing in different way, and finally be creative, okay? So remember the danger zone. Don't stay in the danger zone. If you stay in the danger zone, then of course music theory will ruin you, and we don't want that. Go beyond the danger zone, and music theory will help you and make you a better musician. This is Tommaso Zillia on musictheoryforguitar.com, and until next time, enjoy.